Welcome to Meet Me in the City, a podcast exploring music through the boroughs of America. We are in Dayton, still. We have been this whole year, and we're excited for today's episode. Joined as always with my good friends and partners, Dan and Sean. Gentlemen, how we doing?
Good.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's morning where we are now as we record. Today, this is kind of a full circle sort of moment for the podcast. Dan and Sean, myself to a lesser extent, were involved in the creation of the Dayton Music Fest. And today on the podcast, we have two persons who have taken over the mantle of leadership of this music fest in its 21st year of existence, which is
Wow.
pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
That's
mean,
crazy.
there's no way you guys thought 20 years later this thing would still be a thing, right?
It's only 5 years younger than my son, which is nuts. So,
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it
Well,
is.
We could barely get past that year
the first year, yeah.
to think about the next year, if
right.
that's even
We're
going to
not
happen.
sure if we're going to make it 1 year.
That's right.
20 years later, here we are. Well,
Yeah.
welcome to the podcast, Paige Beller and Brandon Hawk. Thank you guys for joining us.
Glad to be here.
Thanks for
Yeah.
having us.
Yes. We want to get into your stories a little bit and then talk about the Music Fest. And this year, we're hoping that listeners, as you hear this, it'll be about a week out before the Music Fest, which is on September
5th and the 6th.
September 5th and 6th, several venues around town. We'll get into that a little bit later. Paige, let's start with you. Why don't you give us, and Brandon, you can queue up any answers you want to offer. Why don't you just give us a little, Reader's Digest version of your life and music and what interests you about music and how, we'll get into how you ended up doing this Music Fest thing, but tell us about some music stuff and how you got to be involved in it.
Okay. I've been messing around with music since I can remember. It's a very, very early childhood. I was banging around on stuff and had a little keyboard and pretended I knew how to play, and had a little 4-string guitar and pretended it was bass. And so I've been doing that for pretty much my whole life. I've been in bands playing out since I was 14.
Wow.
Been touring pretty consistently for the last 10-ish years. Been slowing down a little bit on that recently. But, I've been playing music. I also have been an organizer of different, I've been booking shows just in the capacity that you book your own shows as a band member.
Sure.
Since I was 14. But
Wow.
the big undertaking I think for me was I was one of the lead organizers for Lady Fest Dayton for 5 years.
Lady Fest was awesome.
It was so fun. It was really
Yeah.
cool.
Right.
That was another one where it was a pre-existing thing. Ran by Mary Catherine.
Right.
Was a big person in that group, and she kind of passed the ball along. So we took it over, and me and a group of like 5 to 6 other people, we did Lady Fest for about 5 years, and it was a really good time.
That's awesome. So are you from this area? Did you grow up around here? Where'd you come from?
No, so I grew up in Cincinnati.
Okay.
And I was there until I was 17, and then I moved up to Dayton. And then I lived here for a long time, and now I'm actually back in Cincinnati, but I will be moving back up to Dayton after Music Fest because I do not want to move all my things while planning Music Fest. It
Right.
sounds
That's smart.
Fair.
absolutely terrible.
But you've been in
So-
this area your
yeah,
whole life.
I've been in this
so-
general vicinity, yeah. And I mean, Dayton has, even though I didn't grow up here, it's definitely become, I consider Dayton like my musical home base. Like
That's awesome.
I have grown all of my projects, and as a musician, that is what I've been doing in Dayton.
Awesome. Very cool.
So when you were young, growing up, you're banging on everything, playing keyboards and things. Like, was that just part of your home life? Was music, or what were you listening to then? When
My dad used to find a bunch of old stuff, and some of that old stuff were a couple of jukeboxes. So we had
Nice.
like 245 record jukebox player like in the basement. So that's
Nice.
just constantly just In the Jungle was the only song that I liked for a long time.
man.
So
Nice.
I don't listen to that song anymore because it's really annoying. Just wore that button out.
Dan, you want to give us a little bit of that?
Yeah,
In
if
the
you'd like,
jungle,
that would-
the
yeah.
mighty
Oh, I was
That is
thinking
what it
Guns
sounds
N'
like.
Roses.
Oh,
No,
that's
but I
welcome
did
to
have
the
that
jungle.
album too.
So-
I
Okay.
did have that one too. No. Now, I mean, I grew up mostly on like doo-wop and that kind of like the eras of stuff that would be on a jukebox.
Oh, okay.
But music was a part of your
Yeah, it
growing
was
up.
every
and
day.
That's
Yep.
awesome. You remember the first show you went to?
The first actual show would have been like I went to Bogart's was like where I went to shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You used to be able to go there for $10,
Yeah, right.
and my mom would drop me off and pick me up afterwards. It was cute. But it was the band Lit. You remember that band?
Yes.
Wow, yeah. Jeez.
That's my. I was in like 7th grade, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, I went
That's
and saw, went and
awesome.
saw
That's-
Lit. That's,
We all have
that's
origin
it.
stories.
That's
That's
right.
the one. That's the one.
That's 7th grade. That's awesome. Your mom would just drop you off over there at Bogart's. I mean,
That's
short
you know,
line.
That's just drop right at the door, right at the. And then
Saw
I'd
you
go
walk in.
Saw walk. She went to some of the shows too. My mom went through a Corn phase.
Oh,
so
wow.
Wow.
I saw Corn with my mother like 5 times.
Really? Jeez.
crazy.
With a K.
With
Corn
a K.
with a K.
Corn with a K. Backwards.
Not on the cob, Dan. Okay.
Yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing that exists about me.
Nice.
So then when you started, so what was the music, when you heard like that change from doo-wop to something you're like, oh, now this is what I really like, right? What was that music?
I mean, honestly, there wasn't that for me. Like I like just about all genres. Like
Okay.
there's I'm really into songs. Like I'm into the song itself. If it's a good song, I don't really care
Nice.
what the genre is. Like, and you know, a good song is obviously
Yeah.
up to you, whatever that means
Sure.
to you. But
Yep.
yeah, that's kind of how I look at all music. Is it's just song by song.
Yeah.
That's why I like. That is kind of why I like doing, like putting shows together and organizing stuff, because I get to dabble in all of those
Yeah.
parts.
Very cool.
Really cool. Do
Awesome.
you remember the first record you bought? With your own money.
No, but I know the first cassette I bought.
Okay.
It was
Same.
a Goofy movie soundtrack.
A goofy
Wow.
movie soundtrack.
On cassette.
Man.
50 cents at everybody's records.
That is
Oh, and everybody's.
Yep, I
I
remember
love
that.
everybody. I used to live like 2 miles from everybody's. I'm gonna go there almost every Friday.
good. It's still good.
It still is.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place. Thank you, Brandon. How about you? I mean, a lot of the same questions. How'd you get involved in music early on and catch that bug and it led to what you're doing now?
Well, let's see here. My first band at the age of 16 when I was living in Tip City, Ohio was
TP.
me and a few of my friends. We put together this band, like this little street punk band called Oddball Out. And, you know, when you're getting out there, you have to sort of like throw yourself into it. So me and my friends, we rented out a space that's, you know, still a spot in Tip City. You know, no one can no longer rent it out because the city decided to say the sonic vibrations of the music are degrading the structural integrity of said building. It was this place. Yeah. The real reason was because people were drinking in the park and you know trash and stuff. But it was a place called the Roundhouse in Tip City.
Oh my, yeah. I grew
And,
up in Tip. That's
You
my
know,
hometown.
we go down to the city building. We rent out the place for $40, and it's pretty much like leave it like you found it.
Yeah.
So at that point, you know, we were playing shows there. We started getting a little bit more into the scene. Actually, invited by other bands to go play shows elsewhere. But I found myself being asked by people like, "Hey, can you help me do this show? Can you help me do this show?" And so my musical like booking, you know, part of my life, I started that at like the age of 16.
Wow.
And you are both early into it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is just sort of chomped on me and just never let go. It's funny that she said, like Mary Catherine, you know, in relation to, you know, getting started with Lady Fest and stuff like that. I booked my first show in downtown Dayton, and on March 15th of 2005, I just celebrated my 20-year anniversary of booking just in downtown Dayton
Oh,
itself.
wow.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
I've
That's
been doing
awesome.
that for a while. Then I got asked by a local bar, one of our definitely clutch places for Dayton, Blind Bob's, to start booking for them
Okay.
about 15, 16 years ago.
Okay.
So I've been crunching out there for a long time, booking punk, metal, pretty much everything but country.
You do a little.
We do
you
like
dabble.
it's like a, I wouldn't say
hint.
country, like Americana.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hint of country.
Yeah, you know, like, yeah, it seems like it's been a part of my life almost like the entire time.
Yeah.
So, same question: was music growing up in your household? Was that played a big part or not?
Absolutely. There was a portion of time where, you know, my parents were heavily into Queen, Def Leppard. I mean, all the way back to Carpenters.
Oh, dude, the Carpenters are great.
Yeah. I remember a few years I could not get in my parents' car without hearing "Hell Freezes Over" by the Eagles.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Like, it was just like, Mom,
Stop.
Dad, Don Henley isn't everything. Like,
You sure?
like, you guys, we need to go to the record store. You need to figure something else out. I know that album sold over 20 million copies, but you need to move on. I don't know. I got into music. You know, it was more or less as an outlet. You know, like I got my first guitar at 15, turn on television, just sit on the bed and play for like 4 hours, and ended up writing some songs and got together with some friends, and you know, that just lit the fire. But anymore these days, I'm more focused on the back end of things, booking shows,
Okay.
more so than playing myself.
Yeah. It's so interesting as we talk to people how the stories are very similar in the beginning, but then everybody has their own little path that they carve out.
Yeah, you just offshoot one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You either keep doing it or you just get jaded.
Yeah. Well,
Or both.
yeah. Yeah.
right.
You can be
Simultaneously, even.
Yes, silently.
silently changed. You don't want to admit that, you know.
So, as of now, then, Brandon, it sounds like you're more like behind the scenes kind of stuff. Are you playing in a band at all at this point, or playing music?
At this point, I am sans music as far as playing and such. You know, I still pick up my guitar at home and, you know, practicing old songs,
Yeah.
whatever. But I haven't taken the stage in a while. The last time I was on stage was last summer. I was in a tribute band to this Swedish screamo act called Refused. So I had a little all-star act of just about 4 other friends of mine, and we covered this entire album, The Shape of Punk to Come,
Okay.
which is a total undertaking. God bless our drummer. That's like the hardest part for that, you know, playing that record. But yeah, that was my last foray on stage.
Okay. I mean, we need people to continue doing other things within the scene to keep it churning. So I'm glad that you've stayed connected and are doing things in music,
Right.
even if it's not playing on stage. Paige, what about you? What are you up to in music these days yourself?
I do a solo project just under my name.
Uh-huh.
So I've done that for, I mean, I guess technically my whole time I've been a musician.
Yeah.
Technically, but yeah. So I'm doing that. I've kind of been in a bunch of bands over the years.
Yeah.
Currently, I don't have any active bands.
Okay.
Which is really strange for me to say. It's kind of the first time in my pretty much since I was 14.
Yeah.
That I haven't had an active band going. So that might change. We'll see how that goes.
The
But
last one was what, Dustbin?
Dustbin, yeah, but our singer moved away. Sadly,
It's hard to keep the band together.
Yeah, that's true. Which we're not broken up. We're still going to put out the album. We're like halfway through it. It's going to happen.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Nice.
So that'll be a thing. And yeah, I keep saying I'm going to start a doom metal band with
Okay.
Jason Watkins. We'll see. Our manager at the deli that we work at, we both work at a deli together, is the singer from Mouth of the Architect.
Okay.
So,
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So.
Is that? Do you mind me saying the name of the place?
Oh, it's Canal Street.
Canal
Yeah,
Street
yeah,
Deli.
yeah.
Okay.
It's
good.
okay.
Nice.
They're a sponsor of Music Fest this year.
Nice.
So, I'm
Beautiful.
just saying, talk
Good.
about them all you want.
Lovely.
Yeah, we didn't,
Good.
have, we didn't have to prod Rob too hard
Yeah,
to
yeah.
fork over some cash. So we could talk about him more than we
He
already
was
do.
a big part of the beginning of the Dayton
There you
Music
go.
Fest.
That's
yeah.
the thing. You'll be hard. You're hard
Yeah.
pressed to find somebody that loves live music the way that Rob
Yeah,
Strong loves
so-
live music.
Yeah,
Man loves
he
it.
was one of the first couple years. He
Was
gave
Rob the
money-
guy that was involved at
Tie
Tie
9 and
That's it.
Fifth Street
Yep.
Wine
Yeah,
Deli.
Same guy.
Yep.
I remember.
Yeah,
now.
He
he
just
was.
recently sold that.
Yeah, right.
Ching.
Yeah. But no, he was
Sponsorship.
I mean,
Sponsors.
he was not hard to convince to
No, he
help
loves it.
promote it, which was
Well,
awesome.
Yeah.
and so speaking of people who need to help, like that are not just playing music, that you need folks who are engaged, interested, and supportive of the music scene for it to continue to churn. And here we have a guy who now, 21 years later, is still supporting
Absolutely.
this music fest that you all have inherited the leadership of. So it's
That's awesome.
It's fantastic. And that venue where the deli is located, which if you're in Dayton and you want a good sandwich, good pizza, a wonderful place to sit and enjoy, Canal Street Deli is where it's at. We were just in there a few months ago and
Yeah.
had lunch, and we've talked about that place
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Talking to all these old heads like Dan and Sean who've been around, played it since.
I mean,
heads.
I played Canal Street.
I did too.
played Canal Street a lot. Yeah, I've actually worked in that building now for the last
8 years.
longer than that because I worked at
Oh,
I worked
you-
there when
you
it was
worked at-
Public House. I worked
Yes,
there when
you
it was
did.
Canal Street Tavern. So
Oh,
I've been
wow.
I've been there
Man,
a minute. It's been a minute. So I keep getting jobs in that building as it changes hands. But I have stayed there the whole time.
You have to
I'm
stay.
stuck. No,
it's part of the lease
Well, I
agreement.
cannot quit you.
No, that's so you guys have been there, so you know that the death stairwell to the basement. That's
yeah.
why I said that's probably where I'm going to die. One day, I'm gonna take that one move. I mean,
Let's
I'm
not put
going
that
to
into existence.
Yeah.
You know, there's worse places to haunt.
That's
Yes.
true.
So
Fine.
Will and I were here. We're at Yellow Cab today, recording again. And Will and I were here yesterday watching Premier League and with Tyler Trent,
Oh, nice.
and he has had nothing but good things to say about you. He was just like,
that's
"You're
cool.
phenomenal." He's just like, he loves your music. So
Aw.
just know you have fans out there. So
That's really nice. That's sweet to hear.
it's cool.
Yeah.
He's a super nice guy.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he's a great guy. So I don't know, Dan, Sean, we've talked about this before, but since we have the original,
old heads, like you
the
said.
old heads,
Yeah.
and the new group of leaders, why don't just give us your little 30-second sort of, why did you do this thing other than, on a wing
This
and
is
a
your
prayer?
fault.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
well,
is your
that's
fault.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Young and dumb.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's when you do things, I
Right.
think, when you
Oh,
really
yeah.
do things well. I mean, not saying when you're older, but we were like, when we started talking about it, it's like, Dayton has a great music scene. Why does Cincinnati, and I live in Cincinnati too, they have a music fest? There's some cool bands out of Cincinnati, but Dayton has a lot of history.
Yeah.
So we're like, why don't we have something like that here?
Yeah.
And that's how it started, really, at Tanks.
And
Talking
like I
over a
said, no
beer.
one wanted to book it, so that's why no one had done it before.
Yeah. and we didn't know
We're
what
going to
we were
hear from
getting
the current
into.
leadership how much fun that is
Yeah, right.
in just a second.
Yeah, and so that was a Saturday. We said this before on the podcast. Saturday night, by Monday afternoon, I'd written down a list. I'm like, if we can get sponsorship, if we can get venues, I think we can get the bands. I think we can make it work. And so, I don't remember how long we had to put it together, but it wasn't even a full year to put it together. And you were in charge of booking the bands.
We used MySpace.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom.
He's everybody's friend.
He was.
And then I got the venues and the sponsorship. So
And then Andy did the artwork.
all the artwork.
Andy
Andy
Ingram.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's none of our business. I don't know what you guys are doing, but we actually paid the bands, which was unheard of at the time, being in a festival, that type of thing. So we paid the bands. We took the door. The clubs got all the, money and everything like that. But we paid the sound men, we paid the bands, and we're hoping at the end there was money to pay ourselves. So, yeah, that's really it. We did it for 5 years.
That is the framework.
I'd say that's the model we're doing
Awesome.
too. Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's-
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
That's
same.
perfect.
So,
That's
yeah,
cool.
And-
we believe in that spirit of it. Like
Yeah.
we got to pay the bands first.
Right.
Luckily, we don't. We're luckily the bars have been very generous in what they are willing to offer in terms of taking care of their staff and things
Good.
like that. So
That's great.
That's
the bars
awesome.
are, they are sponsors within themselves.
Sure,
So,
absolutely.
but-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to name the venues that you have this year?
So let's see here. We have Brightside.
On Friday.
We have
Which is
Brightside.
really cool. I
Yeah.
saw that. That's a really cool venue.
Well, Brightside is newer to this whole Dayton
Yeah.
cog and
Right.
like Libby Boungy over there and the crew they kill it. They've had a lot of really big shows.
It's a good and it's a beautiful
I mean,
space.
it's a beautiful space. It's the biggest room we have downtown in
Yeah.
this area.
yeah.
Granted, we will not be in the big room for Music Fest.
We will
We'll be
not-
in one of the.
yeah.
We will be in one of the smaller rooms.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
we'll
Okay.
the smaller
Yeah.
rooms.
'Cause, yeah, they're doing smaller DIY stuff in that side room, and then they also have the
Oh.
vaudeville room, which is really pretty as well.
Okay.
Then we have a Dayton classic, Yellow Cab Involved.
Yep.
Awesome.
Then rolling down the street, we have Yellow Cab, of course, where we're literally sitting right now.
Yes.
Where Paige actually books now.
I do book here as well.
Yeah.
You just took that over in the last year and a half.
Last year, yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
And then we roll down the street. We go to Blind Bob's.
Okay.
Where I've been booking for about 15 plus years.
Which they have to be. I mean, as far as like venues that have hosted, they have
Yeah.
to be up there.
Yeah, they were
Him and
Night
Trolley.
Owl.
Yes.
Is Trolley apart this year?
Yes.
yeah.
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 Awesome.
Trolley.
Yeah, Night Owl, and then they became Blind Bob's, and they were part of it while we were doing it too.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, that was. I mean, that building didn't have music in it for probably about a year and a half or
Okay.
so. But and then anyways, we rolled and then we roll on down to Oregon Express.
Okay.
So
Nice.
we have five venues this year. Well, 5 on Friday and then 4 on Saturday.
Okay.
Awesome.
So
how many bands this year?
It's 27.
Okay, nice.
Wow.
Tried to keep it because it's one of those things. And this is we're kind of rolling the dice this year, kind of seeing how this goes. But I really wanted to structure it in a way that you can jump from bar to bar. You have
Yes.
time to jump from band to band.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're not like everybody's super overlapped because we probably could have squeezed 5 or 6 more acts on,
Right.
and we could do that. But then every
Right.
venue's got 5 acts. and
Right. It's a
there's
hustle.
no bathroom breaks.
No,
There's
it's-
no hustle.
No.
You got to run between everything.
Yeah.
The money gets split a bunch of like so we're kind of like brought it down a little bit this year
it's
to
kind of like
see.
it's a reboot.
Yeah, we're going to kind of see how this goes to where we can see if people will be willing to kind of walk up and down the street and check out something they haven't heard before.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome.
I think that's smart.
Yeah.
That's really smart.
I hope other people think so.
I think
so it's
people will
definitely
love
different.
it.
It's
we don't
definitely
want to come
different
off as
than
lazy.
Right,
yeah.
yeah, because it's definitely different than it has been in the last 5 years. And we love Nathan, and he did a great job with it. We're just we wanted to try and see how this goes, and
Yeah.
It's your-
hopefully people dig it.
It sounds like it's your baby now, so you get to experiment and see what works. And
Yep.
with the venues changing over the years, you have to adjust to that.
Yeah.
But keeping from here where we are now at Yellow Cab, which is just around the corner from Fifth Street and Oregon District, it gives you a nice walkable path to
Yeah.
get up and down the strip.
Yep.
yeah, we didn't have this when we were doing it.
Yeah,
which
Yellow
was-
Cab wasn't around
No.
then. No.
Canal was furthest,
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Which was, I mean, it's
It's not bad though.
No,
It's not
it's
bad.
not bad.
But it's hard to get people to walk
Elbows was in
sometimes.
early on, and that was just beyond, but also just kind of on that same.
Yeah, still
Straight
right
way.
next-
Yeah.
still right off Fifth.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
And that's kind of how we're at with Brightside. Brightside's probably our furthest away, but realistic. I mean, you can walk. I did it last year for Music Fest.
Sure.
I had to work an event here at Yellow Cab, and I was playing at Music Fest at Brightside that same
Oh,
night.
boy.
So I was on my skateboard and I went back and forth, but I was like, it took me a minute. So
Yeah.
it's like I'm
It's
sure
not
you
bad.
can walk 4 minutes probably between here and Brightside.
Yeah.
So it's like it's all very walkable. It's all
It is.
That's awesome. Meet Me in the City, sponsored by Twisted River Coffee Roaster. Twisted River offers an unpretentious approach to specialty coffee. Visit twistedrivercoffee.com and use promo code INTHECITY at checkout to receive a one-time discount of 10% off your entire order.
This episode of Meet Me in the City has been recorded at Yellow Cab Tavern, located right outside of Dayton's Oregon District. Yellow Cab Tavern is one of Dayton's premier gathering places, showcasing live music performances from local artists, food truck rallies, art shows, and so much more. Stop by for a beer and food. They have great pizza and brunch on the weekends. They also have a rotating selection of beers on tap. They're located at 700 East 4th Street. We hope that you will stop by and support them as they have supported us on this journey.
Here's the question I have, because I watched these guys run around like crazy those first few years. You have responsibilities at each respective club that you book at, but that evening, are you freed up to just roam and be present everywhere?
We're probably gonna be running around with like chickens with our heads cut.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like checking on,
Yep.
like sound guys, door guys, making sure the bar is like fine, like just making sure the bands are like, you know, tuning up at a time, because you know, like the schedule this year is a lot more relaxed. You know, we're not literally just like changeovers are just like has to be like, you know, this isn't NASCAR like
Yes. Yeah.
plenty of time.
Yeah.
drop the jack, you know.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, yeah, we're definitely going to be like making sure that, you know, everything keeps it flowing, whatever, and maybe get to stop every little bit and actually like check out a band.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, take a drink of water, hit the pisser, you know, like
Yeah, we are
But-
going to need. We drink a lot of water this year.
Yeah.
It's so hot.
but
Well, luckily too, we have at every venue, like
Yeah.
everyone that runs like those venues, so like we can trust them
Good.
to have their stuff together. Like,
Good.
We've got
That's awesome.
Josh
Nice.
over at Trolley taking care of things. We got Jared over at OE. We got Libby over at Brightside. Like these are all people that know what they're doing. It's not, you know, and they're not even going to have to do much, but
Yeah.
we know that if we do have to run away from said venue, nothing's going to catch on fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
That's awesome.
yeah, it's mostly just, you know, going around being like, cool, you cool, you cool.
Yep.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's not going to be like full on like lifeguard, you know, sitting on the high chair, just being like, oh, dude, where's Timmy? Where's Timmy at? Oh, he's at the bottom of the pool. Someone call Timmy's mom right now. I'm
Timmy
diving
is
in.
the sound guy at Bob's, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about like little Timmy, but yes.
I know, but yes, that's why I was like, oh, that's an interesting choice of name.
Timmy Shore, love you.
Yes, yeah.
How has it been? I've heard these guys talk about those early years in particular, because, I mean, the nice thing that you've inherited is 20 years of history, so there's already a known quantity in what this thing is. But there is still 27 bands and 5 to 6 sound persons and clubs, and there's a lot of moving parts. How have you found that experience so far in getting everybody on the same page? No pun intended.
I mean, honestly, I thought the booking part side of things was going to be a lot harder than it was, but it is such an institution in the sense that when you ask a band, hey, you want to play a Dayton Music Fest? They're, yes. The answer is yes.
That's awesome.
That's been pretty much the experience the whole time. We inherited it a little later in the game than we
Yeah.
probably, so that
I was
was
just
kind of
gonna
the
ask.
thing
You
of
guys
like,
said you took a year with the first one, right?
so we've got about 3 months,
Yeah.
3 to 4 maybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
boy.
wow.
So yeah, so we're hustling for sure, and that did definitely, like, some bands were already booked, and which, you know, honestly, it's so hard to whittle down a
Yeah,
list
yeah.
from the amount of talent that we do have in this city. So you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
honestly, some people's unavailability made it a little easier, the booking side of things was actually like, Brandon hit a few people up, I hit a few people up, and everybody was into it. So that part
awesome.
was good. Like,
Great.
That's awesome.
the venues are all, they've all been involved in past years. So that was another one that was kind of like
Easy.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go for it.
Well, with getting Brightside on board, is this Brightside? They have in their venue that's also like a wedding venue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do. There's a lot of different things that like go on there. So
Yeah.
finding, one of the things that we did is we sort of for about a week we're just like, all right, what weekend are we going to do this?
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, that's
That
a
was
big
one of the hard. That was one of the hardest
bet. I
decisions.
wondered,
It's
yeah.
like, are we going to do this in October and September, and what's going on this week and that week? Just like
weather, all of it. Yeah.
So I don't know even how we finally decided to do it the 5th and the 6th. And because it's like Labor Day weekend, so
Right.
it's like that is like a roll of the dice because some people are out of town or doing family stuff, and it just, I don't know. We just sort of been like, all right, do we want to do it at the end of the month or the beginning of the month? And we were just like, let's just do it at the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those things like we have to make a decision. There was
Yeah.
no right answer for it. So
Right,
it was
right.
like, all right, now we got the 5th and the 6th. All right, so, all right, well, we already had 2 venues because we
Right.
booked for them.
That also helps.
That's
yeah.
nice. Very
Yes.
nice.
Check. And then after that, she talked to Jared over at Oregon Express. They jumped on real quick. Oregon Express and the trolley stop have changed ownership in the last
Yeah.
year.
Okay,
Oh.
I knew Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Trolley
Trolley
just
had-
sold.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, trolley sold, and so there's like new ownership over there, but they still have like pretty much the same crew that they've always had. And Joshua, who does the booking for Trolley, good friend of mine, just lives right around the corner from. Actually, I live literally across the street from the trolley stop.
Okay.
So he lives in the back of the Oregon district. So I had to talk to him and be like, hey, I don't know if you guys would be involved this year. I would love it if you would.
Sure.
And that wasn't too hard of a pitch. So
Yeah.
they jumped on board, and then so pick the date, get the venues. So as you have a venue, it's like, all right, bands is easy,
Yeah.
like. And speaking of the band part, like this year we are doing something like a little different from years past. Like we're having metal this year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we're really spreading the genres out.
Good.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So I mean, like
Got metal, pop,
folk.
electronic.
yeah.
Did you try and put those bands together, or have you intentionally kept like
No, everything. All the bills are
bending
wild.
all of the genres?
The bills are chaos.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Absolute
I think it's
chaos.
great.
And that's why I was like, I'm hoping that either, if you only want to go to one venue and you want to hang out all night, you're going to have a weird night.
Yeah.
But it's going to be good. Like
great.
everybody, it's going to be like,
I think it's a
going to be something you've
great
never seen
idea.
before. But
Yeah.
if you want to hop around and only see metal or harder rock or stuff, you can. You
Yeah.
can jump from band to band and walk around town.
I mean,
and
I
catch
think
those kinds of
you
things.
you guys can talk about your history in it, and Paige and Brandon, you can talk about current. But I think one of the benefits of this festival has always been we're gonna you pay however much it is for the night, and you go down and you can wander and hear all kinds of new bands
Yeah.
you've never heard before.
Right.
That's
Yep.
the whole
Point.
thing, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole point of
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And that was such a big deal for me when I first moved here. Dayton Music Fest was a really big tool for me to find new bands.
Great.
And honestly, when I moved here, the scene was kicking. It was good. That was because all of the venues were still open. I missed Elbows by a year.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
everything
Yeah.
else,
Elbows.
I
Oh,
know,
miss
I
Elbows.
know.
Everybody.
we were just
Every-
talking about
Yeah.
elbows.
Every person who
I
played
loved
there
Elbows.
or went to a show there loved that place.
Yeah.
I don't know how it didn't stay,
The city.
Venues are hard, honestly.
I'm sure.
Venues
I can't
are
even
so
imagine.
hard.
Yeah.
The profit margins
Yeah,
are rough.
I bet.
If you
I bet.
it's tough, even if it's very popular. And
Yeah.
I think it's, but even now, the landscape of live music is so different, even versus what it was, 20 years ago, 10 years ago,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
Even it's because being in Cincinnati now, it's even noticeable that less people are out in Cincinnati, And
Really?
Cincinnati is a bigger city than Dayton. So you
Sure.
have a portion of people that go to shows.
Yes.
That portion is already kind of a small amount
Yep.
in the relation of
Right.
the entire world or the entire
Right.
city
Yeah.
you're in.
Yeah.
And then you take it, shrink it down to the size of Dayton. That
Yep.
group
Yeah.
becomes smaller and
Yeah.
smaller and
Yeah, yeah,
smaller.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you got to appeal to all those people.
And
It's tough.
But it makes a weekend like what you guys are doing important because it gives people an opportunity. Like, hey, if I'm going to set aside a weekend, I can go see. I mean, you could easily see 10 bands on that Saturday night by just walking around easily.
If you wanted, yeah. If you wanted to pop in and catch a song or two, you
Yeah.
could.
Yeah,
And
easily.
you can watch 5 full sets if
Yeah.
you want.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good.
That's awesome.
So going into this year, I know at this point you probably don't even know what you don't know, other than being around. I mean, there is precedent in history, so you've seen this thing. A little different probably as you go from watching or even booking or being a part of it on that side to now, like, if something goes wrong, where's Paige, where's Brandon, what's going on? But what are you, setting that aside, what are you excited about for this year?
Honestly, I just want to get through it.
We know that feeling.
so real.
Like this is our first year doing it, and we don't want the wheels to fall off while we're
Yeah.
in the passenger and driver's seat. I'm excited to do it. I want to see what kind of crowd are we going to bring out?
Sure.
Yeah.
Like who's going to be the highlight this year?
Yeah.
We've been cooking at this for the last few months, just playing catch up at one point, racing ahead at another.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to September 7th, 8th. When
Yeah.
we finally get the fans paid,
Mm-hmm.
and we get everything sorted out, and I can finally just take one big deep breath and.
Yeah.
Just I remember, it's like the first time being on stage.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh my God, it's got to get through. It's like, will I remember the lyrics? Will I, will I flub this note?
Have you done everything you need to do in order to
Exactly.
get there? Yeah.
I mean, I was happy to, like Paige was past this origin, and then Paige is like, hey, you want to do this with me? And I'm just like, yes, I will help you. You will help me. We're gonna get through this together. I can only imagine there's people doing this solo.
Oh, no way.
No way.
No way.
Yeah.
Like
Too much.
Nathan at the helm, he still had people helping him in the back end and whatever.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it seems that, I mean, even Connor Stratton, we haven't mentioned Connor yet. Connor was the host before Nathan.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess that would have been the in between one or 2 years
I think he did 2, if not 3.
between
Kyle Melton and Don
Yeah.
Thrasher. Yeah.
Yeah, he ended up moving to Columbus, and
Okay.
he runs Ace of Cups, which
Okay.
is an amazing venue in Columbus.
Okay.
But yeah, everyone, there is the framework, the blueprint that you both created.
Yeah.
And some people have done some little different things with it. Connor, when he hosted it, he had a big he rented a big old stage and had it in the parking lot out here at Yellow Cab.
Okay.
And he booked some bigger acts, some national acts and stuff like that. Whereas this year it's Dayton.
Yeah.
It's very Dayton.
I was going to ask that. Is all the bands mostly from Dayton?
It's-
That's awesome.
Yeah, Dayton,
Awesome.
Dayton or has played in Dayton enough to where it's
Yeah.
They're insiders.
Cool.
Or they're-
That's awesome.
enthralled in the scene.
Which
Yeah.
was pretty much how it was in the beginning. I mean, you
Yeah,
got a couple of other bands who had, kind of made it out, like the
Enon.
Enon and
I remember watching Enon at the Oregon Express. That place was.
That's
It was
Crazy.
off the hook.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
I had to sit on the
Wow.
stairs.
Yeah.
So they have a balcony.
Yeah.
Up top of Oregon Express, and I'm literally sitting on the stairs, crunched over, just watching. Was and I didn't even know who Enon was at the time, or I just picked up on them that year.
Yeah.
And Oh, that set was killer. I mean, that
Yeah.
place was
It was rough.
asses to elbows.
Yeah.
I did not get into that show. We were playing that. I was playing that year, but I didn't make it in. I walked by and I could hear it from the outside, but kept right on moving because there was no way
No
it
way.
was getting in.
We had
Yeah.
the Buffalo Killers.
Buffalo
Yeah.
Killers
They're from
and
Cincinnati.
Swearing at Motorists.
They're from Dayton, though.
Yeah, got lots of Dayton connections in there along the way. But it's so cool that you've got.
Swearing was awesome.
You're
Yeah.
kind
When they
of,
played the first year.
and I don't know that it ever really strayed this far from that, but that you're back in the. This is a Dayton-centric music fest. It's a showcase for Dayton
Yeah.
music.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
Yeah.
Is that it's a literal showcase
Yeah.
of all of the different kinds of acts that we
Yeah.
have in town.
And
That's awesome.
It's amazing that there's 27 bands still just grinding at it, creating art, making music, wanting to be on stage, and you guys are part of creating hopefully what will be an incredible night of music, incredible weekend because you got Friday night too.
And I also think what's cool about Dayton is, and it's stressful. I know what you're talking about. Like, you can't wait for that to be over. I mean, you've birthed all this, you've done all, and you're like, I just want to let it go, right? And see what happens. But Daytonians are very forgiving, I think. If the set's late, they're not going to be throwing crap, and you know what I mean? It's just late.
I don't think the wheels are going to fall off.
No,
by any
I don't
means.
either.
Like,
Well, and
we know what we're doing.
Yeah,
but
you do.
At
You've
the
booked.
same time, I think it's going to be like, God, what will the weather be like?
Right.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we are trying to push the bar
I
hopping
mean,
aspect.
we're
Yeah.
pushing a bar hopping aspect. We don't, it's like we don't exactly have the money to be like, hey, complimentary umbrellas for when you're walking.
Right.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Place from under. It's just like,
Gonna be what it
who-
is.
Yeah, people who want to go out and see a show, they know that. That was one thing I was going to say is that just like being on stage, doing a show, you could have the crappiest show ever. Someone after the show is like, "Man, that was awesome!
Yeah.
You
Right.
sounded so good." You guys are going to know what didn't work well.
Yeah.
Everyone else isn't going to see that, and they're just going to have a good time. So know that.
Yeah.
Our 5 years, every year we get that angst. Your buttholes get tight, and you're like, ugh. But at the end of it, it was always I don't think we ever had anything.
It's always worthwhile endeavor and stuff. But
Yeah.
me and Paige alike are sort of nervous people by
Yeah.
Trade.
by nature.
Say we're already pretty uptight. So.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
But
well,
you just want to do a good job,
Yeah.
you know? That's why. You just want it to be a really good night for everyone that comes out. And
Absolutely.
That's
Right.
what I think the people that are coming, that's the biggest thing we heard from people that attended is I saw so many different bands I never knew about. And it was awesome.
Yeah.
And now I'm following them or going to see them in, Yellow Cab in 2 weeks or whatever. It's like, it's amazing.
it's also the other thing. This comes back to what I said earlier. Is you appreciate just how many people are involved in helping to foster the music scene. You just think about 27 bands. That's probably 100 people or so right there. All the bookers, you add another 5. All the sound people, add another 5. All the club owners and the people, the support staff. I mean, you're literally a couple hundred people deep in order to make this thing,
That's
this
a big
music
it's-
fest.
It's definitely a big
happen.
network.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it sounds like this is just hearing you all talk. It sounds like you're perfectly positioned to take this thing over
Yeah.
and see it to another level because of your connections, your history in the scene. And so I hope that's the case, that you both take it and just, keep on rolling.
Yeah, we were passed the baton, and it's an honor to be doing it, to be completely
Yeah.
honest. And I'm hard pressed to even think about who Nathan would have. I mean, if she would have said no at first, I'm pretty sure I would have been like next in line, if not like third.
No, you were next to line. We talked about it.
Okay.
It already came up.
She brought you
Yeah, it came up.
She's
Yeah.
going, I'm going to number 2.
Yeah, it came up. For
Bring him
sure.
on board.
Yeah, but
No.
Who
I
was
don't-
3 on the list? We might get them involved too,
Yeah, maybe. We'll see how this year goes. We'll see. Yeah.
Well, hopefully in 5 years' time, we can have you back on the podcast and talk about what you've found and what you've been doing and how you've made it work.
Heck, next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you learn,
The recap
Yeah.
of everything. Anything else you all want to hype or promote going into this weekend? Like I said, we hope this drops a week or so before, so any of our listeners who catch this episode should have time to get out and see you guys on the 5th and 6th. Anything else you want to
How much is it?
promote?
That's
Oh
it.
yeah. So per venue, if you just want to go to one venue for the night, it's $10.
Okay.
If you want to go to all the venues, it's $15 per night.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
It's dirt cheap.
It
Get
is.
out.
That
like,
is dirt
that's
cheap. But
we're
that's
really-
good.
Yeah,
That's
that's
good.
the thing is we want to, and
And then
then
25 if you want to go like
Both
for,
days.
for both days, all venues.
Yeah.
25
What a
bucks.
steal.
That
I mean,
is.
come on, people. You need to be out for
Yeah.
$25 listening to a bunch of great bands.
that's the thing is like, maybe you haven't heard a lot of these acts. 'Cause
Sure.
that is the thing with it being so multi-genre.
Yes.
There's no way you've heard of all of these acts.
Correct.
There's no way you've seen all these acts, but I promise you they're all worth seeing.
Yeah.
And especially for that price,
Yeah.
just go
Yeah.
take a chance. I
Yes.
promise you're
No
going to have a good time.
Yeah.
And just a bit of information, like there are no pre-sale tickets
No
this year.
Oh, okay.
We
Out the
don't.
door.
We just weren't going to
Full with that.
fee anyone to death.
Yeah,
so
all
That's good.
Yeah.
we're just this is just really just like DIY simple. Just like
Yep.
get out there and do it. But
So someone would go to the door at any of those clubs you mentioned, say, I want a weekend pass, $25.
Yep.
They would give you the weekend,
You get
whatever,
your,
your,
Yeah,
you'll get
yeah.
your wristband.
wristband, and
Yeah.
you're good to go.
Or 15 for all the venues
one night.
on
For
one
one
night.
night,
Or
yep.
$10 if you just want to hang out at Yellow Cab
yeah,
or
so we
Right.
have a
Trolley.
few different tiers of that, and
Yeah, try to make
I
it
mean,
really accessible to
Good.
everybody.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, $15 for all. It was 10 in the beginning. Mm-hmm. So this thing has only grown
No,
by $5.
it's awesome. I love that.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It is
crazy good
economy.
deal.
Yeah,
In this
right.
economy.
I mean, honestly, I look at it. We're musicians.
Yeah,
we're
right.
artist
I think it's
types.
a great
I'm
deal.
broke, man. I can't afford a $30 show.
Right.
I try to whenever I throw shows, I try to make it something that I myself could go to.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I could afford.
Very
I can
reasonable.
go check out. So
Very reasonable.
That's awesome.
That
I'm
is
so
amazing.
happy for you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're excited to see how it goes.
appreciate that.
We're happy that this keeps going. You know, it's something I'm really proud of that got started here in Dayton, and you guys are taking the mantle and running.
Yeah, it's good.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
and we wish you nothing but the best with this.
And I
mean,
think it's in good hands.
Yeah.
It is in real good hands.
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Strong, tired hands as of September 7th. So,
Yes.
well, Brand, unless Dan, Sean, you have anything
no.
other
Good.
questions?
Thank you guys.
Yeah,
We
thank
do.
you.
Brandon, Paige, thank you. Yeah, please.
DaytonMusicFest.com if
There
you
you
want to
go.
check
Yes.
out all of the.
Yep.
There's bios for all the bands if you want
Beautiful.
to check
Oh,
out.
cool.
See what
Awesome.
we got.
Nice.
Yeah,
We
you
got
guys
the
are
schedule
on
up
social
there.
media, all that kind of
All
stuff.
on as well. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
doing posts about of all the bands, so you can get a little information before we come out as well.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Great.
All right. Well, come check them out on September 5th and 6th. Venues at and around the quarter of the Oregon District. Paige and Brandon, thank you so much for joining us, and we
Thank you.
hope to see you that weekend out and about as you're running around like crazy,
Yeah.
holding
You'll-
it down.
Yeah.
Thanks,
All
you
right.
guys.
Thanks, guys. We
Thanks.
appreciate it.